Hey guys, this is Julian from Fluid Freeride, and today I would like to show you the first ride of the brand new Mantis 8-inch electric scooter. And I have to admit, I haven't ridden it yet, so I wanted to take you with me on a ride. My team has ridden it, and they were so excited that I actually prioritized this. And it only arrived 2 days ago. When they went on it yesterday, they were pretty excited. So without further ado, check it out. This is how it looks like, and you see it kind of from far away almost looks like the regular Mantis, but if you get a little closer you'll see wide tires. I believe they're tubeless, 8-inch. Same kind of suspension setup, although some parts are changed. You see here in the rear, looks very cool. We need to test it in the water, but looks like Carbu managed to extend the fenders a little bit so water doesn't spray up even without an extender. And you see the LED lights. We'll probably get them in white once we launch it, because blue is illegal in some states. And you see this is the base version, so regular brakes, regular display, and single motor only. So I'm taking the camera with me. I want to test top speed and kind of see how that all plays out. There is a pro version as well, and we're going to get to that later. But for now, single motor in the rear. Front isn't. You see here. Dual disc brakes, of course. And single motor in the rear. 800 watts. Battery is 18 ampere hours at 48 volts. So watt hours are lower than the Mantis base model because it's a 48 volt system. But the motors also consume less. It's a single motor, so I would assume similar type of range as the Mantis base, which is 15 miles ultra hardcore riding and up to 30 miles if you really take it chill. And you see, I've already jumped on it and hopped up and down. The suspension feels a little harder than on the Mantis, which may not be a bad thing. Although it kind of looks like the same in this setup. And then it has a few cool elements that we already saw. So number one, there is a dual switch on this base model, and that one, of course, because it only has a single motor, has no function. But check this out, indicator lights. And you see here, very nice. And you can turn them off again, and they even work when the full light is on, as you can see right now on the right side. Check it out. You got to turn them off. There's no indicator up here to kind of show which one is on and which one is off, so you kind of got to remember. And again, as said, the dual button has no function. We're seeing if we can actually remove this for final production of the base model that only comes with one motor. So haven't priced it out, but I would assume around $11.99 to $13.99-ish because of the large battery, but we're gonna see how that plays out. Overall looks very, very nice. I have the feeling the headlights are a little brighter than on the regular Mantis, so that's pretty cool. And I think so much to the introduction. Let's take it for a ride. I have the stats turned on so you can see how fast it actually goes. And here we go. So just to check out, you see voltage is 50 volt. It goes from roughly 44 to 54, so it's like 80% full, I would say. But this will give us a really good idea of top speed and how much fun it is to ride. Let's take this baby for the first ride. Alright, haven't hit full throttle yet. I'm going to go on a nice straight road, and then I'm going to show you the acceleration of this baby. Single 800 watt rear motor. Throttle is not very sensitive, that's nice. So, alright, let's hit it. This is full throttle. So unfortunately there's so much wind, so I'm going to have to do a voiceover on this one. So I'm 175 pounds and it's pretty windy, so that gives you a good idea of the acceleration and the speed we're getting. It feels very nice to ride. The wider tires actually don't make so much difference versus regular 10-inch tires. I'd say the curves are maybe a tad wider, but it's certainly not as noticeable as it would be on the wide wheel, for instance. So here we go. Now full throttle and check out the acceleration.
It's actually pretty good for an 800 watt motor, I have to say, and it feels very stable and pretty punchy for a single motor model. So now we're getting close to the 28 miles an hour top speed, and you see how it's flying. Unfortunately, the GPS didn't work, so there's no live tracking, but I'll put in a little snippet afterwards that actually proves that it goes 28 plus miles an hour. Now a little brake test at the traffic light. Pretty satisfied with that. Dual disc brakes definitely do their part, and in addition, the wide tires make for excellent road grip. Now here's the promised actual GPS speed test, and for some reason it's like 2 to 3 seconds delayed. You see how I'm crossing the train tracks, and then it slows down to 18 miles an hour right afterwards. Obviously I'm crossing the train tracks at 18, but I guess you get the idea. And then towards the end, we're actually speeding up nicely to 28, even 29 miles an hour. So here you go.
Alright, well, that was fun. Single motor version, nice acceleration. I think the wide wheel has faster acceleration, of course, dual motor. But overall, I think a pretty nice commuter scooter that you can, also take a little bit off-road on grass and so on. I think pretty cool overall. In case you have not noticed, the board is actually a little shorter, which makes this a little nicer. So we measured, and the Mantis board kind of goes until here, is about 1.5 to 2 inches. And yeah, it's quite cool. Overall, a little more compact, relatively lightweight. This one, as it stands right there, is 58 pounds. Yeah, folds down the same way. And you see here you have this hook that folds it down here. That means the stem is a little shorter as well, but I'm 6'2", and you see how I'm kind of riding on this, so you get an idea. That's how I stand, arms stretched, so 6'2", certainly okay.
And in that spirit, we're leaving you with a little bit of riding footage of the Mantis 8 when it gets a little rougher, so you get a good idea of how well the suspension works and how cool it is actually to be ridden a little off-road. Not too heavy, I wouldn't take it on like major rocks, but packed off-road and, like dirt trails, as you can see demonstrated here. It works pretty well and it's smooth. So enjoy the footage, check it out at fluidtura.com, and remember to always keep it fluid.